So for the witnesses, I am an Ohio State Buckeye graduate. And I promised my dear friend, Mr. Ferguson, that I would not treat this panel as hostile witnesses. But I do want to say two things. Mr. Collins obviously been here a little less time, but I'm not too far away from him. We've both been in the business side of things. And Mr. Bergman, I got to tell you, I've walked around your facility. I've been in and out of facilities like this my entire life up until about 15 months ago. You guys have really done a great job. Thank you for hosting us. I really appreciate that.
I owe it all to my team.
No, that's good to hear. Now I'm gonna touch on something. I do want to get with you a little bit about how I'm going to sell my Peloton and not have to be taxed on it. But there's a real crisis, whether it's in Central Ohio, which is where I come from, Columbus, Ohio, of affordable housing. And, you know, as we look at Atlanta, we look at Georgia, I know affordable housing, Ms. Winton, you touched on it a little bit. It's something that we really need to focus on. And we're blessed in Ohio of having a lot of new industry coming into our state, particularly in Central Ohio. But affordable housing is something that we just don't have enough of. And I know you find that in the Atlanta area. But just a couple issues that I want to address. You know, Congress, and as you look at this panel, it's a bipartisan panel. And we all come from different industries. We all come from different things. But we're able to work together to get some good things done. And in 2018, Congress came together in a bipartisan way, and we were able to get a 12.5% increase in the low-income housing tax credit, something that was very important for not just people in my district, but people all over the United States. And it's something that I hope that we'll be able to come together and do again. I know I'm going to jump around here a little bit because I'm the last one to go, so I'm the one that's keeping us from lunch, right? But Mr. Livingston, am I not mistaken, you were a coach?
Yes, sir.
You defensive coordinator?
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that and appreciate your service to our youth. I want to ask you a couple questions, and we'll talk about housing maybe another time, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So can you explain how the high interest rates are impacting your construction business as it relates to housing?
Yes, sir. So one, it causes less interest in the people that are wanting to buy a home. As I mentioned earlier, just a 0.5% change in the interest rate changes drastically for us. If we're signing 2 contracts a year or 2 contracts a month, and we're losing out just on $17,000 because of that half drop of interest, over a year's time, we're talking $80,000 to $100,000 loss that's coming into our business. That's just on a 0.5% with just 2 houses a month. Yeah. And we're not having that interest of people coming in to want to buy new homes because of the fact that their mortgage rate is going to be extremely high, and they're also scared that the amount that they're getting on the loan does not go towards what the house is actually worth. Right. So it's causing them stress in that, because they know if the interest rates do come down, obviously they could refinance, but still right now they're not getting the style home that they deserve for the amount that it costs.
And to your other business, and I know in the restaurant world, I know the profits that the margin that you have to operate on. Have your customers regularly seen, and I'm sure you have, but I mean, have they regularly seen an increase in the price of some of the products or the food and the beverages that you have at your restaurant?
Absolutely. It's not the cost of the New York prices by any means. We don't charge $100 for a sandwich and parking. You can get all that in West Point for $5.99. But yes, sir, the increase in the prices have definitely gone up. We have to. But again, operating on a food cost of normal of 25 to 28%, having to raise that food cost, it costing us around 40 to 45% now. Those numbers don't come off of of your payroll and your rent and those type of things. Those come off your bottom line as a homeowner.
That's right.
So yes, we've faced that in customers as well.
All right, I'm out of time. Mr. Chairman, once again, thank you for bringing us to real America. Thank you for allowing people to as I think Ms. Van Dyne mentioned, we're sitting level with you guys. And Mr. Bergman, thank you for opening up your shop. And I'm sorry, we'll let your employees get back to work here very soon. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.